What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at you with another one. So, CONOR BENN, British welterweight superstar title contender, in his first biggest step-up showdown against Chris ALGIERI, former junior welterweight world champion, American superstar boxer. CONOR BENN knocks out Chris ALGIERI in the fourth round in brutal fashion, okay? With a basic 1-2, he knocks Chris ALGIERI out in his first, what was being considered to be his biggest step-up fight of his career, okay? So CONOR BENN, obviously, the son of another United Kingdom legend, and so Nigel Benn. So with that said, CONOR BENN, he had some high expectations. 20 wins, no losses, no draws, 13 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach, okay? With that said, this was considered the biggest step up challenging CONOR BENN's career. Chris ALGIERI came in the fight, 25 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 9 wins by way of knockout, not a big puncher, 37 years of age, 5'10" with a 72-inch arm reach, okay? Now, Chris ALGIERI, he's been in the ring with some very, very big names. Most notably, he's been in the ring with legendary 8th Division World Champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny "Pac-Man" Pacquiao. He also had that Fight of the Year fight with Ruslan Provodnikov when he won the WBO junior welterweight title, and he fought Amir Khan. That fight with Amir Khan, he was winning the fight. I thought he personally could have edged the fight out. Amir Khan got the unanimous decision victory. He then fought Errol Spence Jr., undefeated unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer. And Errol Spence Jr., he knocked out Chris ALGIERI as well, okay? So he's been in the ring with some very, very big names in the welterweight division. So this was considered a major step up. And he only lost to Errol Spence, Amir Khan, and Manny Pacquiao, the biggest step up in his careers. He lost those fights, but he did beat Emmanuel Taylor. He did beat Ruslan Provodnikov. So he did beat some very quality fighters, okay? So CONOR BENN, being the son of Nigel Benn, a massive superstar in the UK, in the United Kingdom, and one of the more recognizable faces in the sport of boxing history, he has a lot of pressure on him, a lot of expectations, and he's very brash and very outspoken. So he gets a knockout victory over Chris ALGIERI in impressive fashion. I was impressed. Chris ALGIERI is always in shape. He's agile. He utilizes the ring. He moves around. So it's impressive for him to get a knockout in this fashion. Okay. So with that said, everybody wonders what's next. The welterweight division has some very, very promising upcoming rising welterweight superstars. One of which I personally interviewed yesterday, which is viewed as the best up-and-coming rising welterweight superstar title contender, and that's being Jaron Boots Ennis, okay? Jaron Boots Ennis is seen as the phenom. He's undefeated, obviously. He's seen as the next face of the sport of boxing. Many people rave about Jaron Boots Ennis, his talents, his skill set, his athletic ability, along with his size, okay? He's very big, very agile, very athletic, very powerful, and he has the ability to switch from orthodox to southpaw fluidly. 28 wins, no losses, no draws, 26 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach, okay? And then another fighter is undefeated Mexican superstar title contender in Virgil Ortiz Jr. 18 wins, no losses, no draws, 18 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, stands at 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach, okay? He's number one in most of the boxing ranking systems, okay? Jaron Boots Ennis is top 3 in most of the boxing ranking systems, okay? And then you also have guys like Speedy Rashidi Ellis, okay, who's been relatively inactive as of late. We haven't seen Rashidi Ellis in the ring in quite some time, so we don't know what the future holds, but his talent and his athletic ability, his size, 23 wins, no loss, no draws, 14 wins by way of knockout. He's also 25 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach, very fast hands, very athletic. Last time we saw him in the ring, though, was over a year ago, October of 2020. Okay, so he's been inactive. He's with Golden Boy Promotions, and we don't know what the future holds for Rashidi Ellis as of right now. So CONOR BENN, obviously, everybody wants to see what's next for CONOR BENN after this brutal knockout victory. And CONOR BENN, you know, he stated that he wants to fight the winner of Kell Brook, former IBF welterweight world champion, British superstar boxer, and Amir King Khan, former multi-division world champion, British superstar boxer, okay? He stated that he and Kell Brook are very good friends, you know, so he never truly envisioned himself fighting Kell Brook, but now he envisions himself fighting Kell Brook because he stated that this is a business. Kell Brook, 39 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 27 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out 3 times in his career. He's 5'9" with a 69-inch arm reach. He and Amir Khan are scheduled to face off February 19th in the UK. Amir Khan, 34 wins, 5 losses, no draws, 21 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out 4 times, 5'8" with a 71-inch arm reach, okay? So that fight is scheduled to take place February 19th, and he stated that he wants the winner of that fight. Kell Brook is now 35 years of age. He seemed to be, you know, a little long in the tooth, to say the least. Suffered 2 major eye injuries in the sport of boxing when he dared to be great and fight Gennady Triple G Golovkin, and then when he fought Errol Spence Jr. Amir Khan is also 35 years of age and been brutally knocked out multiple times in his career. So he's also seen as being past his prime and long in the tooth. With that said, you know, another name he called out, he stated that he most wants, okay, his number 1 objective is to face American superstar boxer, 4-division world champion, that being Adrian the Problem Broner, okay? He stated that he wants to fight Adrian Broner in his next fight, and he wants to do so here in America. Adrian Broner, 34 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 24 wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'6" with a 69-inch arm reach, okay? We last saw him in the ring February of this year when he took on Giovanni Santiago after coming off of a 2-year layoff after losing to legendary 8th division world champion Manny Pacquiao. Okay, he won a unanimous decision, but people thought that Adrian Broner lost that fight. So Adrian Broner has not been very active. But what's interesting to note is that Adrian Broner recently announced via social media that he was considering and looking forward to meeting with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, who works with DAZN. And Adrian Broner, he stated on social media, I made a lot of money with HBO and Showtime. Now I could possibly go make some big money with Eddie Hearn, okay? We know Eddie Hearn, he promotes CONOR BENN, okay? So looks like they could be possibly setting this up. And there was talks of Adrian Broner and CONOR BENN before this fight tonight, okay? CONOR BENN has been calling out Adrian Broner for quite some time, and Eddie Hearn has expressed the interest in making that fight happen. And we know Adrian Broner has been on the shelf. He's looking to get a big payday, looking to get back in the mix. Now, what's interesting is Adrian Broner stated that he was going to stay at 140 and 135, but his last fight against Giovanni Santiago was supposed to be at 140. It ended up being at 146, okay? A catchweight at 146 because Adrian Broner could not make a 140-pound limit, okay? So it ended up being at a 146-pound weight limit, okay? That's just nearly a welterweight, full welterweight limit. So CONOR BENN fights at the welterweight limit. So that would be easier for Adrian Broner. And CONOR BENN is not the biggest welterweight in the world. So it's not like Adrian Broner is going to be in there with an extremely large welterweight. Okay, so, and like I said, Adrian Broner expressed that maybe it's time for him to go over with Eddie Hearn, you know, and face off against one of Eddie Hearn's fighters on DAZN and get some of that big DAZN money, okay? So Adrian Broner at 5'6" with a 69-inch arm reach. He's not the tallest guy. He's not the biggest guy. That's why his greatest seemed to be his best fights was at lightweight and junior welterweight, more notably lightweight, okay, 135, okay? So CONOR BENN, he's not the biggest guy in the world either at 5'8", okay? So he's 2 inches taller than Adrian Broner with a 1-inch arm reach advantage over Adrian Broner, okay? And he's 25 years of age. Adrian Broner is 32 years of age. So Adrian Broner is 7 years his elder. But this would be an entertaining fight. I think the activity, the youth, and the strength of CONOR BENN will see him victorious in this fight. But for sure, you know, this would be a major fight, you know, for CONOR BENN. And it'll be a major fight for Adrian Broner because I'm sure they'll find the money to give to Adrian Broner. I'm almost certain, you know, that, you know, I'm almost certain that, you know, the DAZN and the star power would be willing to, the zone and the money would be willing to put up the necessary revenue and purse for the star power attraction of Adrian Broner and Conor Benn with the UK behind them would be an enormous fight, okay? It would be absolutely enormous. So let's see how this plays out and unfolds. Eddie Hearn is looking to come back to Madison Square Garden. He had another fight on the undercard, Katie Taylor, who won her fight and is looking to fight Amanda Serrano in a massive showdown at Madison Square Garden. So possibly we could see Adrian Broner, Conor Benn on that card at Madison Square Garden. Who knows? But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.